Hello, oh my goodness, and welcome. We are here coming to you live from the MEP conference. That's a Manufacturing Extension Partnership. And we are here with all these amazing MEP centers across the United States who are doing so many great things to support manufacturers. And I'm so excited because I'm joined today by two amazing women who are working at IMEC. IMEC is the Illinois Manufacturing Excellence Center.
You got
They are doing such amazing work supporting Illinois manufacturers. So I have Paola here with me today, and I also have the amazing Jacqueline. And let's go ahead and let's dive in. I want to hear what you guys are doing for IMEC, what you're doing for manufacturers, and what you guys are doing to collaborate. So Paola, tell us a little bit about your role at IMEC.
Yeah, so well, I'll tell you that Jacqueline and I actually started almost the same day.
Oh.
Yeah. So we've been with IMEC almost 2 years. And my
Nice.
role is Director, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And so I work with our center and also work with the manufacturers in their company culture and ensuring that they have inclusive practices and processes in place to welcome their employees and retain their employees.
I love that. And I attended your session that you led. Paola led a beautiful session the other day, panel of people all talking about DEI and just how important that this is, and really identified that so many manufacturers don't even realize that they have a DEI problem. So the first step really is to help them understand, hey, if you're having a hard time recruiting people or finding people, which is a big problem in manufacturing, maybe how can you widen your net? What are some strategies you can do to be looking in other places to really bring in as much diversity as you can? Because frankly, we all know that having a diverse workplace, what does it mean? Innovation, right?
Yeah,
right? You're going to have
retention, reduced turnover,
Mhm.
engagement, efficiency. So many other things.
Yes, amazing. Well, thanks, Paola. And Jacqueline, tell us what
everyone.
you're doing. Right. It's great stuff.
So my role at IMEC is a technical specialist. I focus on all of the growth and marketing services as a service provided directly to our manufacturing clients. So I have the opportunity to work with all of our manufacturers throughout the state of Illinois, figuring out what their pain points are, what their needs are, consulting and helping them figure out what that best strategy is to take their marketing game to the next level.
Yes, and she does a great job. I had the pleasure of meeting with Jacqueline at several manufacturers in Chicago this summer earlier. And it's just so great to see her passion and her commitment to really helping identify what the problems are that these manufacturers are having. And she's so great at just pulling in the right resources to help them and really getting into the weeds with them to help them. So
Doing the right thing, I would have to say too. So Jacqueline, amazing. So she encountered an issue, right, with that was going on, reached out to me. We were able to collaborate and we were able to bring some resources or tools to our manufacturers to learn a little bit more about being ADA compliant. It's something that I think we're not talking about because we think it doesn't affect us. And I think manufacturers need to kind of be an alert on that because that is something that is coming down the pipeline. We're seeing it more and more, and we want to prevent any lawsuits. So making sure that your websites are compliant.
That is a really, really great point. What did you do or notice, Jacqueline? How did you identify this problem with ADA compliance? And once you recognized it, what were the steps that you took to kind of get this resolved?
Well, so unfortunately, one of our clients got a really nasty lawsuit letter in the mail. And so that really made us look and think a lot differently because it is a newer thing that manufacturers are starting to experience. So I dug in the weeds with part of your team and Kurt Anderson. I started reaching out to all of our marketing resources to determine how are we providing best practices for our clients, giving them ADA compliant websites. Paola and I teamed up with another resource and provided a webinar about it.
So it's available on our website. So if you go to our website under events, you could look at past events, and it's called Digital Accessibility.
And that's imec.org, imec.org.
Amazing. And I think this is just a really great example of just the wonderful resources that are available within your MEP center. So a manufacturer out there that you're not aware of what's available, your MEPs have great people just like this working in so many different areas to try to support manufacturers, collaborating to come up with great solutions to address whatever their challenges are at that time. So thank you guys so much for joining us on the show
Thanks
today.
for having us.
Amazing. What's one word you'd use to describe the MEP conference before you go? One word this week.
Collaborative.
That was my word. You can't take that word. Let's say fun. A lot of fun, a lot of learning, and a lot of connecting.
Yes, there's so many
So-
great people here like Jacqueline and Paola, and it's just really nice to see everyone coming together and learning from each other. So thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Awesome. Bye. Oh my goodness, we've got a new recruit.
So, hey, we've got Jennifer from Manufacturer's Edge in Colorado. Step
Hi.
right up here,
I'm
Jennifer.
So tall, you're gonna cut off my head.
Oh, here, well, there we go. There we
I've
go.
got my heels
Hey,
on.
we're just worried about the glare here. So, hey, we'll step right up here, Jennifer. So, hey, Manufacturer's Edge.
Yes.
Let's go there. Who and what is Manufacturer's Edge?
Manufacturer's Edge is the MEP center for the state of Colorado. We cover from the western slope all the way across the Front Range and all the way down to the Springs and beyond. And we are a nonprofit organization that runs like a business that serves all the small, medium-sized manufacturers in the state.
Nice. And now you've been with the MEP Manufacturing Extension Partnership, I think, for like 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah, for 2 or 3 weeks. And I didn't have gray hair when I started.
Yeah, and I had hair, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I joined Tennessee MEP as their director in 2013 and had never worked at the MEP Center before. And
Right.
then left there in 2019, worked at the national network when COVID hit, and then moved over to Manufacturer's Edge in January of 2020. So
Nice.
we are in 3 time zones. Our director of operations is in Virginia
Oh, nice.
because she's not client facing.
Yep.
And then we have former Illinois MEP
Yep.
has joined us, Rob Newbold.
Yep.
He's our vice president of client success.
Yep.
So we're not multinational, but
Yep.
we're very diverse.
Awesome. All right. So just talk a little bit about like what are some of the things that are going on in Colorado?
Oh gosh, so much. So we've got a huge push right now. Our supply chain program that we've launched is to map the supply chains of the aerospace, semiconductor, and clean energy technology
Yep.
supply chains. That's based on some funding we received from NIST. Aerospace, we're one of the top aerospace states in the country.
Yep.
Most people don't realize that.
Yep.
And we're adding on clean energy technology has got a huge boost with a lot of solar EV battery just launched
Okay.
in Colorado.
Yep.
And then bioscience and pharma medical device, that's also a big piece in Colorado. So we're touching all of those. Food, we are the #1 brewing
Yep.
state in the country.
Yep.
So we have a lot going on, but from a supply chain perspective, our focus is really on those 3 industry clusters because that's a big piece of domestic need, state push.
And I imagine supply chain is so complex in those specifically those markets.
It is so, and I can say this from experience. Like in Tennessee, you have automotive, and automotive suppliers tend to be those large, 50 to 250 employees, right? So our bread and butter was those companies.
Mhm.
But aerospace, what we find is in Colorado, 85% of the manufacturers have less than 20 employees.
Yeah.
So you've got companies
Yeah.
with 5
Tiny.
people
Yep.
who are making a little piece that goes on everything that goes to space,
Yep.
right? So it's a different ballgame.
Yep.
Whether it be cybersecurity or workforce or
Yep.
technology and automation. And I mean, we find that horizontal, 85% of what manufacturers need
Yep.
is the same.
Yep.
I mean, where we step in is these companies who don't have those folks in house. We take that hat.
Yep.
Like if you don't want to do OSHA, we can do your OSHA. If you don't
Yep.
want to do HR, we can do your HR.
Right.
If you don't do marketing, we do your marketing and all the
Right.
other pieces.
Right. And you have an amazing team. We know a number of them out there at Manufacturer's Edge. So share a little bit about how awesome your team is.
Oh my God. So we've got Beth Dixon on the Western Slope. She's killing it out there. I mean, it's amazing. We've got 3 regional directors on the Front Range.
Yep.
Dana Schonhofer. We've got Eric Seidman, who just joined us. He's
Yep.
West Denver area.
Yep.
And then Jaron, who is goes down to the Springs
Yep.
and Pueblo.
Yep.
That's just that's the client facing team. And then Karen's Rebeck, our quality manager, she oversees our 50-ish outside consultants on our bench.
Right.
She's way smarter than me. Nuclear engineer who's all quality all the time.
Yep.
I mean, Glenn Plagans, our CEO, joined us from the Office of Economic Development and International Trade.
Yep.
So it's a state. So
Yep.
he has that relationship with the state that we didn't have before. We've never received Colorado state funding.
Yep.
So, which was kind of a,
Yeah.
so that's really where we're focused right now is how do we get Colorado to invest in the manufacturing team and us as an organization.
Well, this is awesome. And it's just another taste of like what's going on at the MEPs. How's the conference? How would you sum up the conference this week here in Buffalo?
It's maybe inappropriate, like down home week, which if you're from the South, you understand what that means. It's like a reunion.
Yeah.
So it's exhausting.
Yeah.
But it's amazing because you're getting all of this content and you come out going, I'm going to do all these things when I get home. And then you also are having these conversations, which really the networking is as important as anything else we do here. And having a chance to talk to people, because especially for our regional director, Dana's here with us. She's never been here before. So she hears that, her challenges and our challenges are not unusual. Every MEP has very similar, whether they're small or large, we've got the same challenges in everything we do.
Well, awesome. Well, Jennifer, thank you. I know it's
Thank
lunchtime. I'm honing her up for lunch. So thank you for joining us. Appreciate all that you do. And repeat offender. We just had you on last month or 2 months ago now. So thank you for joining us again. Appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your show.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Absolutely. So, all right. Hey, we've got another victim here. So let's grab Alec. Alec, why don't you come over?
Okay.
And Nicole, I'm going to let you, once you chat with Alec for a little. So we've got Alec from Big Commerce. Big Commerce, if you're into e-commerce, man, you must know Big Commerce, especially in the B2B space, manufacturing. So Alec, let's step right up, my friend. Talk a little bit about what's going on at Big Commerce.
All right. Big Commerce, we are a very flexible software as a service platform. We work with a lot of B2B manufacturers as well as distributors. We have full suite of functionality all the way from, product information, discovering products to, transactions and repeat purchases. So we're making big moves in B2B. I think that this is an amazing venue. I didn't know that this existed until met you guys, and it's really cool to see how sort of the Chamber of Commerce is promoting U.S. manufacturing through these different nonprofits and universities, and every single state is represented. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah. And what do you think it is that's unique about Big Commerce that you think makes you uniquely positioned to support some of these small manufacturers? I mean, most of the manufacturers that are taking advantage of their MEPs are these really small, sometimes a lot of family-owned manufacturers between 5-20 million in revenue. What is it about your platform that you think makes you uniquely positioned with those folks?
Yeah, I think it's our flexibility, our ease of use. You can, low code, no code, basically your way into a storefront, so long as your product information is reasonably put together. And then you can also go completely composable and use all of your different, existing technology. If you already have, using HubSpot or Salesforce as your CRM, you can integrate that and synchronize your ERP, whether that's NetSuite or Microsoft Dynamics or one of those other ones. So, we can kind of start really small and scale through, which I think for a lot of these entrepreneurs, they're just looking for something low total cost ownership, high flexibility. B2B is very unique, but not sacrificing on those features they really need. So I think that's why we kind of have a competitive advantage here against maybe some other platforms.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of like this grow with you approach. So for manufacturers who are just like completely new to e-commerce, what's great about Big Commerce is you really can take those baby steps, just get them set up with just like a catalog initially, request for quote, and they can scale up from there and add in true e-commerce functionality. And the B2B bundle that you guys have built into your platform is really made specifically for. There's so many features there.
Yeah, as soon as they're ready to flip on that transactional component, we have maybe the 80% of the most commonly used features, from reordering shopping lists, quote to order, invoicing, payments of invoices. And again, the ecosystem we have is great, like the different agencies and ability to connect to different back office systems, because we know a lot of these manufacturers, they live in the back office, and a lot of times they're just manually keying in orders. So how do you kind of bridge that? And we also have a great ecosystem of partners that can help bridge that as well when they're ready to kind of really integrate the whole solution.
And that's such a great point, is that integration, because being able to have your ERP and your CRM and your marketing automation platform all integrated into e-commerce is really what's going to make that sales channel and your whole business really just thrive and scale in a much more efficient way than some of the very traditional sales channels and methods, the way that manufacturers typically sell.
And those are tough conversations, but what I've found nice here is that there's already a lot of discussion around the alignment of sales and marketing and how we can kind of put together that strategy. So the right conversations are happening. I remember years ago, fighting with, the sales team and the marketing team around like who owns really e-commerce. Is it a sales tool? Is it a marketing tool? It's both, right? And so you have to have that alignment. And, in a lot of these sessions, kind of talking through the best practices there. It's the 1-person marketing team and the 12-person sales team kind of, their marketing is vastly outnumbered, right?
I know the marketers are always like all alone on their island.
But yeah, really, for a successful e-commerce strategy, you have to have that alignment. And I think we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, it sounds like what you're seeing is like manufacturing really is ripe. They're ready. They're ripe to really take the next step of e-commerce. And
Mhm.
this is like what e-commerce was for retail 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is just a really great time for manufacturers to jump in, to get into it, get into the game now.
Yeah.
Really try to-
We would love nothing more than to be the best platform for the B2B entrepreneur, right? I
love
think,
it.
and
Yeah.
of course, established businesses as well. But in
Yeah.
this venue, I think you've got a lot of smaller folks that are looking for a platform that they can start out on. And a lot of platforms these days, they don't have the functionality that these guys really need to be
Yes.
successful online.
Yeah.
So,
And you're right, it is great for those newer companies who are just kind
Mhm.
of starting out and growing and trying to scale in that way. So
mhm.
this is awesome. Well,
Awesome.
thanks so much for coming on
Yeah.
the show. We
Thanks,
love what you're doing
Nicole.
at Big Commerce. And Alex is Alex. Oh my gosh. It's been a long morning already. It's just a fierce entrepreneur and doing great work for Big Commerce. So thanks for coming
Thanks,
on.
Nicole. Appreciate it.
Yes, you too. All right. All right. Next.
Are you gonna come too?
Yeah,
You could
come.
come.
Yeah, come on in.
Come on.
Come on in. Come on in.
I gotta see if I
So-
didn't pick.
All right, guys. So we got Janie from Tech. We've got Rob from Manufacturer's Edge. We just had Jennifer. So, Janie, let's start with you. Let's talk a little bit. We'll step up. Is that-
Okay, that's better.
How's who and what is TAC? What is TAAC?
Trade adjustment assistance for firms, and we're a tax center.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
thank
So it's a co-funding federal program that allows manufacturers, small to mid-sized manufacturers, $75,000, gives them access to $75,000 to implement strategic projects across their company.
Awesome. All right, so take it another step further. So it's been around for a long time.
84, 83,
Since 1980.
74. It's somewhere around there. Yeah.
40,
It's been a long time.
It's younger than me.
Yeah.
Right. Not older than you.
Not older than
yeah,
me.
that's right. It's been around for a while.
Right.
Just kind of helping manufacturers be more competitive on a global scale.
Yep.
What are like some types of projects that you
Oh
guys
my
can assist?
gosh.
Is that we'll be here all
Oh.
day? Is it juicy?
Oh, it's so
like-
good.
it's so
Some of
juicy.
these projects, some of the projects I've seen companies go from being not profitable to turning into a lean machine profitability, like you just storing, mind-blowing experiences. And it's been just a great joy to watch, actually, because part of the reason I get into it is because it's for the kids that are the kids of the people that work at the backbone of what America is. I don't know where to look. I keep looking here or there. Where should I look? There?
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
look right
Hi.
there. We'll look
Hi.
right there. So hey, how's it going? So hey, we got here's Dave. Okay, I didn't even see it there. So
Who's
let's
on?
let's
Oh.
have you hop in.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you're with you've been with the MEP. Stay in here, Jamie. So
Okay.
you've been with, I know like she's waiting to jump into lunch. So I'm holding her up from lunch. So you've been with the MEP network for how long?
About 9.5 years.
9.5 years. Time flies when you're having fun. So you started with your Illinois, the IMAC, the Illinois Manufacturing Extension Partnership. You've now, wisely, as you were just sharing, you moved out to Colorado just for what, Rob?
For
The
for sun is a lot of it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
The beauty of the mountains and
Quality of
everything
life,
else.
that type of thing. So, all right, tell us like your experience with MEPs. What's going on there?
Yeah. So in Manufacturer's Edge, especially, we're tremendously growing.
Yeah,
We started about 18 months ago when I got there with some new leadership and have really seen some expansion of our team, expansion of our services, been able to really help manufacturers, and really excited about where supply chain and workforce and automation technology are all going to take us in the next 12 to 18 months as well. And I'm very familiar with TAC.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
I've used TAC before for
Oh,
some
good.
of our projects.
Yeah, that's
in
fantastic.
Illinois and even in the Rocky Mountain TAC.
Do you know
RN
Jack
TAC.
Dye?
Yes,
You do know? Oh,
Jack
I haven't seen him in person, and I don't know how long, and I just haven't even seen him except on the Zoom screen.
Yeah.
So
So it's great. So we're throwing out these acronyms, which is awesome. Like if you're a manufacturer, there's just a lot of resources out there to help manufacturers, and you just don't realize it. As an entrepreneur, you're kind of like, what's this government stuff, and like, what do you guys are really going to help me? Like, are you sure? So, Rob, how do you like help overcome some manufacturers? Like, what are myth busters, or like, what are some things that you help them overcome of like, why they should be working with the agencies like Janny's and yours?
Yeah, so it's often what we hear is, oh, it's going to be so much paperwork and it's going to take so much time, and we're not going to get real value out of it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, one example recently, we had a company that came to us, served the automotive market. their ability to grow was limited by where they are in Colorado,
Yeah.
very small area, but they also didn't have a marketing plan. They didn't have a marketing approach. And so by using some TAC funds, they've now set them up. They've been able to.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, they've been able to grow their market. They're seeing growth within their company as well. And now that just opens up the doors for them to continue. It's a family-owned business to continue that whole, generational piece. So
we're gonna have to talk about valuation and and succession planning, because I found this amazing tool and I'm such a fangirl for it that I just really have to share it. And the guy who created it, his name is Ken Sangenario, and I'm totally go ahead. I'm sorry. I could just keep talking because it's so we actually the Great Lakes Trade Adjustment Assistance Center is housed like at the Economic Growth Institute at the University of Michigan. And we have used this program, and it really just, it identifies the risk that companies have, and it creates like what your next step should be. And if you do this, this, and this, then you're going to, your value of your company is going to go up. I have drank the Kool-Aid. I would follow this guy around. As Kevin just said this today, I'd follow this guy around and carry his suitcase. I totally would, Ken. So if you're listening, I just want to let you know that. But I do want to also, I have to invite everybody, because I want to invite everybody to meet. Did I get your card?
not yet.
Okay, I'm going. I was like, EGI, the Economic Growth Institute's having our first ever EGI Elevate Forum, and he's coming to talk in the morning.
And what's the date on that?
That's October 24th. So at 9 a.m. Yes, so be there. It's free, and there's 100 spots that will like let you come by Zoom. So you have to come. It is, and yeah, the VOP, Certified Value Growth Analyst stuff, and it's Value Metrics is the name of his company, and that's really good. So I've just seen this in the I'll say this, I just don't want to take up too much time, and I feel like I just usurped your conversation.
It's a key point. I mean, 80% of the manufacturers around the country are facing some sort of a transition in the next 5 to 10 years.
Right.
Many of them from first to second generation. So many less for third to fourth generation, and so it's a critical part of the.
It is, and then if they're thinking it's retirement, they have it planned for. I mean, they thought they planned for it, but they don't have the bill. So yeah, no, it's just it's something for them to get the most money, and I'm totally on the side of let's do a BBE own stuff. Let's change the structure in our models, but that's just me.
That's just you.
That's just me.
So, well, I know. I know you might have had lunch. I know Janie's waiting to grab lunch.
Okay,
So,
you guys talk.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
So last question, Rob. Future, what's going on? Hot trends coming in? Like we're coming in the fourth quarter, 2023. What are some hot trends that you're seeing as far as manufacturers in Colorado?
Trends, I think we're seeing continued need for workforce and talent pipeline management, right? Just thinking about your talent pipeline as, identifying it from a marketing standpoint earlier, helping them see where they're going to fit and have career pathways for them to be able to fit into your company for the long term. We're also starting to see apprenticeships as a much bigger area of opportunity for manufacturers, especially in Colorado. Governor Polis just announced an apprenticeship office. It's expanded funding for apprenticeships, so that's certainly something that we're going to tap into and help our manufacturers understand as well. So, things like where do you bring Industry 4.0 into your company, right? And those technology pieces are going to be a big part of the conversation as well.
Well, a lot of exciting things here at the annual Manufacturing Extension Partnership Conference. So, Rob, thank you, my friend. Always great having you on. Appreciate you guys. So, hey, we might go live again later today. So, thank you guys. God bless, and we will see you soon.